Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat Saadiq. And it is the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Thank you once again, Donovan. Thank you to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are family, and sometimes we share the link. Also want to say right off the top, and I'm going to repeat it again, it is not that I'm not trying to read all of you guys' comments. I don't even know how many comments we get now, but it is quite a bit. So it is very arduous. It means hard for me to keep up with now. Before I could read them all and, all of that. But now with so many of them, I'm not even able to keep up in real time. So I will try to at least get to everybody once, maybe twice if we're lucky. Y'all also got to remember, y'all be going in the comment section. Y'all be typing fast and a whole lot of stuff. So I just cannot read them all. I'm a bad mofo, but I ain't that bad. But anyway, if you, I do share the link and you come up here and your profile looks like this, please show me your face. Then you can go back to that if you're not comfortable. Just know that I am the only one that can see you before you come up to the big screen, not even Donovan. All I ask too is that we are respectful in the comment section. It's not that we disagree, it's how we disagree. And also here on the platform. Today we're going to be talking about Steve Harvey clapping back at Dr. Umar Johnson over Kamala Harris, and I'll get into that just a little bit. I'm going to show y'all a snippet of the video that Steve Harvey put up because it was over 7 minutes long, and it was just a lot of that stuff we didn't need to hear. But anyway, let's see who else came on here before I give it to Donovan. Brother Don, CJ, who else is on here? Megan, how are you? Brother Reggie, what's going on? Chop Chick, hope you're doing well. Mike Nice, what's going on? No reparations, no vote. Hey, Judge, how are you doing? Sister Shirley, what's going on? Who else? Easy E, how you doing? GoFi, how you doing? Jay, the informant. And I think I got everybody. So with that, Donovan, what's on your mind, brother?
Hey, again, welcome. And Demetra, thank you enough for having these great discussions. We don't go out and give you enough credit for all the great videos you put out on the African Diaspora News channel as well. Do us a favor, you guys, hit that like, share, and subscribe button on the way in. And don't forget to download, become a member, subscribe to the African Diaspora News channel. It's on YouTube. And then if you don't want to do that, you can also get the app and put it on your phone. You can get it at Google Play and also at Apple Store. Also, if you see the banner at the bottom and if you so desire and want to help continue making these great videos and having these great discussions, that's a way where you can donate, because it does take time and effort to make these videos and keep the content creator motivated to continue to do so. So again, anything that you guys contribute is great. It helps the show last longer and go farther. So don't forget, we have Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, money order, check, blah, 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 however you guys want to do it. Demetra, and by the way, we had an earlier video today. You guys go check that video out. It was deep. Go check it out. If you didn't see it, we weren't live there. That's the usual podcast. But now we're going to convert to this one, and this is going to be an actual big discussion in regards to these slave catchers. That's what I term slave catchers. And Steve Harvey is one of the biggest slave catchers. So, you guys have been keeping up on this stuff. Demetra, I believe we have some of the best mods and the best co-hosts on the internet. Because, again, we learn just as much from you guys as you guys do from us learning from you guys. And that's what a discussion is supposed to be about, the exchanging of ideas. So we want to hear what you guys got to say on this subject. If you guys seen it, and maybe if you guys didn't, you guys can go research after. But Demetra, big lip slave catcher Steve Harvey, a man that told women to think like a man, but act like a woman, whatever. A man that's been through three marriages, dogged his first 2 wives out, has no relationship with his daughters or whatever they're saying. And it's amazing to me that people listen to people like this. It's insane. They talked about Donald Trump being a serial cheater on his wife and all this other stuff at the DNC yesterday. But yet Kamala Harris is running around openly with a married man, and they don't bring that up. They need to pay us money, Demetra, because there's no way I would let my candidate use that moniker And you know, when she has skeletons in her closet. But again, Kamala Harris is a crash test dummy. But let's get into Steve Harvey.
And hello to everyone else that came on here. JJ Mars and Eric, how you doing? It says tangibles of reparation, not symbolism, and word salad. Yes, indeed. One who cares. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, so I'm going to give y'all a synopsis, and I'm going to show y'all a snippet of what I saw. Okay, so what had happened was Dr. Umar Johnson, as he often does, he took to his Instagram page. That's where I saw it. And he was basically talking about, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hughley, you know, that ilk of Black people, basically taking money to support Kamala, right? He was asserting that they were paid. I'm not saying that they are. I'm telling you what Umar said, that they are getting paid to support Kamala, okay? Via all the things that they say about Kamala on their platforms. And so Umar says somehow $10,000. As people are saying that he said that Kamala and them offered him $10,000. That's not what I heard. But nevertheless, $10,000 came into play. All right, so fast forward to the Steve Harvey show. They got wind of, this, what Umar was saying. And Steve Harvey responded to it, basically said that he is not getting paid, and that he would never even respond to someone offering him $10,000 to do anything. Basically, like, I wouldn't even, they know better, not to come to me for that. But he says, if that's what does it for you, being spicy to Umar, then whatever. But for me, I would never do it for $10,000. But as he kept on yammering on, because Steve Harvey, what he gonna do is talk. He said the quiet part out loud, and I want y'all to hear where that is. So I'm gonna put this up here. I gotta go to a different way because my thing is tripping. So let's see. Oops, where'd it go? Where are you? Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Okay. All right. The Q's is running the airways of Black radio. All right, but we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do. And I'm doing it gladly for free. Yeah. And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going to freely ask soft-ass questions. I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions. Yes, I'm going to freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale. But it is a very important block of votes that can control.
So y'all got the gist, but as I said, did y'all hear the quiet part that he said out loud? Did you hear the quiet part? He said, I'm gonna take him off of here. The Q's are running Black radio. That's why I have all three of them on the thumbnail. He said the Q's are running Black radio. And I said, oh, you done said the quiet part out loud. Now, if you know Black radio, he has a radio show. D.L. Hughley has a radio show. Ricky Smiley has a radio show. And if you listen to any one of them, they all, easy, I ain't gonna show that one. I don't know if I can show that one about Roland getting ran up on. If you listen to any of those radio shows, they all sound the same, right? They're big time Democrats. And as you heard, Steve said, I'm going to give her soft questions. I'm not going to ask her no hard questions. He's going to lob it to her like a basketball. Basically, he doesn't care, right? He doesn't care to ask her what we want. We've heard him in previous interviews when he actually interviewed her during the Essence Something Festival. He said, they stop asking about reparations, right? We heard a dude on Ricky Smiley show talking about it, they always asking about reparations. So they're making it clear that Black people, yes, we support Kamala Harris and any Democrat, and we don't care that most of y'all, because it says that into the 90% of Black Americans want reparations. We don't care that you want that, but he said that out loud. The Q's is running Black radio, and it's like, and that's what y'all choose to do with it. Y'all choose to try to keep Black people asleep. Y'all choose to keep black people on the plantation. Y'all choose to keep telling black people to vote for more of nothing. And, you know, I believe he's probably not getting paid to do it. And listen, trust me, I think that it doesn't take much of anything for any one of those people, Ricky, DL or Steve, to sand dance. I think they'll do it for absolutely free, like he said. But the fact that he's saying, I'll do it, and I'm going to keep having her on here again and again and again. What he's saying is, I'm going to keep ramrodding nothingness into the psyche, in the ear holes of, I said ear holes, of black people. We're going to bring her on here to and give her those soft questions. Do you like salt or pepper or both in your greens, right? That's a soft question to me. So he's saying, we're not going to take her to task, but imagine if they interviewed Trump. Do y'all think they will lob him some softball questions? And listen, I always got to preface this by saying, I am not a Trump supporter, but I like to have both sides of the conversation, okay? Steve Harvey is saying they run black radio, and it's true. It's just the fact that they do. And now you understand. And of course, they're called the Boule class, right? They are operating in their Boule-ness, if that's even a word, right? They're operating from that realm of, we are in control of black thought that listens to us. And instead of, because they probably don't have it themselves, but instead of teaching knowledge of self, talking about group economics, talking about voting for a party that is going to actually do for black people too, instead of talking about those things, they're talking about vote blue no matter who. I don't care who it is. Vote for them because your mama black. We're not asking no hard questions. Donald Trump. But man, one of those ownership of Black Thought Radio, they just don't care. They don't care about black people. They only care about their people, and they only care about being palatable to massa. And Kamala counts as massa. Donovan, and I'm going to get to you guys' comments. I promise I'm going to try. If y'all want to slow down with the comments a little bit, I'm going to try my best to get to some of y'all questions.
In your faces, as they say, many places. That's where they play. It is no longer a need for them to hide, shuck, and jive who they are and what they stand for. They're doing it right in real time in our faces. This man, like Demetra said, spoke the quiet part out loud. You mean to tell me the talented nine, the divine nine, who has this power of the media and radio and influence, chooses to use that influence not to help their own people, so-called own people, but to keep us in blindness and darkness, and and they just have us just be in a position to where we are 1 foot away from basically being in the same category as a recently freed slave after the Civil War. That's what they would rather use their power and their influence to do, to be able to sit there and drink with the master. And, just like Malcolm X said, what's the matter, boss? We sick, boss. When the master gets sick, the boule gets sick. When the master doesn't like something, the boule doesn't like something. But the majority of us that are in the field, we're like, hey, we're trying to get off this plantation. The boule was going to say, well, where are we going to go? Where are you going to get a better house when you get here, the better slop than you get here? A field Negro is going to say, it don't matter where we go. We just got to get away from this person, get away from this plantation. And a lot of the slaves back in the day did that with only the clothes on their back being thrown off the property that they were most likely raised generations on. They went and built great cities in Tulsa, in Florida, all over Alabama, all over the place, only to let democratic, racist, in a lot of cases, democratic, it was in the South, democratic people destroy and bomb them. And you've got people till this very day in Oklahoma. And Demetra, you did a video on it. The survivors of the Tulsa massacre, they won't even give those people a damn biscuit. And do you hear the CBC saying anything about it? Do you see Kamala Harris saying anything about it? The Obamas, all of these great black people, Tanji Brown, all these people, they don't say a word about it. So I'm not surprised that all of this is being exposed. There was a great prophet this year, Dimitri. I don't know if you remember, and you guys, I don't know if you guys remember this. He said this was going to be the year of truth. That great prophet, Cat Williams.
Absolutely, yes, indeed. So let me get to these comments. JO2, how you doing? Says they may not lob Trump softball questions, but I wouldn't expect either of them to ask intelligent questions. No, me either. I wouldn't at all. But yeah, very telling. And as Donovan said, they're for frat brothers. The Qs are part of the Divine Nine, which is the 9 sororities and fraternities of HBCUs, right? So Ricky, Steve, and DL, they're Qs. That's why I put them all up on the thumbnail like that. But yeah, very telling. They say, he said that we running, black radio. And if you listen, like I said, to any one of them, they all sound the same, selling more of nothing to black people. JJ say they some loyal slaves. Go fire. You say, why did the KKK join the Republican Party? It says, why did the KKK, they in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. They everywhere.
True, but the KKK, when it was formed, was the militant arm of the Democratic Party, and it still is to this very day. Now, again, for those, what's his name? Guy Fies. I asked you a question, and you never answered it. See, this is what. See, you guys, this is what happens when these paid shills come on platforms. They come to disrupt and take the conversation away, whatever the deal is. I hope you really got your 13 pieces of silver, because it's just not going to work. I just want to say this. For somebody who keeps throwing this stuff out here, the KKK was the militant arm of the Democratic Party when the Democratic Party was formed. We all know Republican or Democrat, white supremacy is white supremacy, no matter if you have an R or a D by your name. But the fact of the matter is, with the war on terrorism, did you ever ask yourself, when they talked about the war on terrorism back in early 2000, why the KKK wasn't investigated or even eradicated? They were the first terrorist organization in the world. And yet, while we're over there fighting Al-Qaeda and all these other terrorist groups, nothing was done to the white Aryan nation here. Nothing was done to the KKK. You want to know why black people can't even get a vote on HR 40 in the Democratic-controlled House? Because some of the Democrats themselves, and of course some of the Republicans, are basically white supremacist racists themselves. So we all know that.
Absolutely. I saw Shiloh. You say you would like to come on here today. Okay, well, we're going to see. Let me get down to the bottom here. Dano, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. He says, Roland will sell his soul for a cheeseburger. Now, be nice. Be nice. Easy says Steve Harvey is honorary Q because of his boule status. Is he? So somebody said that DL is not a Q. I thought that he was. Somehow, somewhere, I saw that he was. So do tell Jupiter. He says DL was on Vlad saying he wasn't being paid at DNC. I believe they may not be being paid, but if they're not, it's like, so what you doing it for? Just because, like that little, good job, thank you so much. Judge, you say, so didn't watch. It was there some strippers there? You talking about the DNC? Nah, not maybe tonight. I heard that comment, and Pat LaBelle is supposed to be performing.
Yeah. But let me ask you this question, Demetra. Everybody knows there's right and wrong. Why would you do something for a party? I'm rich. Let's just say I'm rich. Why would I help a party do nothing for my people? That doesn't make any sense, regardless if they're paying me or not. Why would I help? Why would I even do that and use my platform or my position to help a party that does nothing for my people? So he's getting paid. He's getting paid in some way, be it FCC licensing or whatever. He's getting something.
Well, I always say I don't know because I haven't seen any receipts of any of that, so I kind of back away from that. But the King Leo 73, how you doing? You make an excellent point. Kamala Harris is an AKA part of Divine Nine also, so that could be why they're doing it. She's one of us. So that could be it. So thank you for that. All right, so let's see here.
Charles Manson is part of the human race, so we should just do what he does. All these mass murderers and it's people like that. That is and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that reasoning is dumb. I'm going to vote for this person because they're a female and they're black. It doesn't make sense.
Oh no. Yeah, we definitely want to be part of Charlie Manson. South Philly, how you doing? Says, I believe everyone should challenge these guys. They have a dialogue with the men that's challenging them, like Umar, have a live chat. Now they don't want to do that because they could not. They could not and would not be able to have a conversation about the things we're talking about because they don't care. And they're only, they love the symbolism. They can have a conversation about that, but nothing really tangible. Pamela, how you doing? Long time no see. Andre, what's going on? She says 30 pieces of silver. We get the point. Yes, indeed. And Norris, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. He says, I thought I would never see the revolutionaries and the truth tellers like I saw in the 60s again until I heard you too. Oh my God. Well, thank you. He says, I thought these fearless Black people were gone forever. Not so much. Thank you both. Well, we've been here, but now that we've had a platform, it's not really our own, which is why it's important that you go to africandiasporanews.org and subscribe to that. That is our own platform. We just haven't been seen, but we've always been around. Well, thank you for that.
And do you know what's crazy about what he just said, though? My mom and, most of us, our parents were, fought in the civil rights in some form or manner. They did some kind of protest. Either they marched or they sat at counters, whatever. These people now, the people that fought the civil rights movement are the ones that are fighting us for survival right now. Do you guys realize that? The older generation are the ones that don't want us to have anything.
Yes, indeed. Thunder says, did you know that former President Trump received the Ellis Island Award with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali? I did not know that, but I'm going to be looking into that because
he sure did. I think it was in 1987, 88. He received that award.
You know what? I love more Arsenal. I really do. Okay. I mean, I do. Interesting.
Thank you. Demetria's the type, being from California, she likes to come and spray the block with arsenal of knowledge.
Come on with it and reload. Okay. Patrick, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. It said Republican or Democrat, the KKK was always white. You better tell them again. Marcus, he says, I don't trust any Black person running around claiming they're Greek. I laugh a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, where's the knowledge of self in that? And hey, Miss Sweet Talks, how you doing? Dee, how are you? Let's see here. And Al, how you doing? It says, it's some Republican Congress people speaking tonight. Yes, so there's a lot of Republicans, what I understand, a handful or two that have defected from the Republican Party to join the Democrats in trying to get Kamala elected. I know that Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, is one of them. So I don't know if that necessarily means anything in the larger scheme of things. Joey, how you doing? Says, well, I have my passport ready to go. I'm not going to fight him. There's a lot of people who are saying that, just like, I'm going to be up out of here. Third Coast McQueen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Philly John, how are you? Says, I hate when that happens. My thing skipped up. Let me see if I can get back to you. Where did it go? Because y'all got a lot of comments in here. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, he says, Philadelphia was just informed of our results. Will be late. I'm sure it will. So you're talking about your voter after the voting and the election. And CJ says DL is honorary too. Okay, got it. Diane, how you doing? Says they may not be getting paid, but they'll sell us out for nothing. And right, and they've proven over and over again that they will. Miss Excite One, how you doing? Says if they ain't being paid, they are being favored. Oh yeah, they're getting something out of it, I would imagine. Sanchez, how you doing? Says $10,000 is better than doing it for free. Well, he's basically saying I'm a rich one. I don't $10,000 wouldn't even get me to pay attention. That's basically what he's saying. Maxima, how you doing? Says what Auntie Patty said ain't so. Oh no, I totally expect for Patty LaBelle to be up in there somewhere. Oh, I know she's gonna sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and y'all can
her, Gladys, all those people in that generation, they don't care. All they care is about them getting money, them just living their lives. They don't care.
Yeah, she's gonna be singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Y'all do what y'all want to do with that. No reparation, no voice. Says Kathy Hughes on Radio 1. She is from HBCU. There you go. Yeah. She absolutely does. And Easy says, D, you spoke earlier on this. Lulac is backing Kamala. Why do you think? I think they're backing Kamala because she's very pro-immigration. There's a lot of their people coming up over here, and they want a lot more of their people coming up over here. But I did learn that there's a lot of members who said we ain't on board with that. They said they're going to come out with their own letter or whatever saying that we're not on board with the endorsement of Kamala because they've never endorsed a political candidate before. They said they vowed that they would keep it that way. And so they said they were shocked when their higher ups made that decision without really consulting the rest of them. But it's obvious. I mean, they didn't. Barack Obama, they didn't endorse him because we know that he was the deporter in chief. That's what they called him because he deported a lot of illegal immigrants. He just did, right? So it's very telling that they endorsed Kamala. You have to really ask yourself why. All right. Thunder says technically Charles didn't directly unalive anyone. He did not. You're absolutely right, but he was considered a very dangerous man. They would not even put anybody next to Charlie Manson because that's how good he was with manipulating the minds of others to do his dirty work. And in fact, a lot of most inmates were afraid of him, even though he was on lockdown. They were afraid of him, so they kept him by himself. But you're absolutely right. Iron Will, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh God, how are you doing? Leslie, what's going on with you? Says, wow, I never looked at it like that. Let's see who else came on here. Wake Up US. She says, it's not the entire older generation. We need to close that gap. We fought for you and we support you. You're right. It's
yes,
not
remember, we're never into the all encompassing. That's unrealistic. But the majority of the civil rights movement people, they don't give a damn about anybody else. And I can prove it for the simple fact that you don't hear too many of those people speaking for what's right in regards to the following generations. Do you guys realize this? And it's a little bit off topic. It is estimated that white people, we're just talking about white people, it is estimated the baby boomer generation of the white people are going to transfer $13 trillion to their descendants. Do you know how much black people are going to transfer? Less than $2 trillion of wealth. And that's a high number. They're just estimating that because we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But our generation, the civil rights generation, in general, they just don't care. And I got another question for you guys, Demetra. I got it for you too, Demetra. Why isn't the Indian community coming out and speaking in droves for Kamala Harris? That's one thing I want to know.
You know, Brother Reggie, I don't know if Tom Joyner's a Q. They say he is. I don't know. And ask that question one more time, Donovan. Yeah, y'all, if y'all are in Houston or anywhere near it, it is burning up hot as like one of the hottest days. Got my air on and I'm just hot.
It's 103 here in Riverside, California.
Yeah, we about that too.
Yeah, but with dry heat. But my question is this. Have you guys ever wondered, they keep going after us black folks to support, and you got some dumb Negroes that are doing it. Have you guys heard of any of the Indian people coming out speaking for Kamala? Even Vivek isn't stepping up to her.
So
even Vivek's not doing it.
Vivek Ramaswamy, yes, I actually was on TikTok not too long ago, and I saw an Indian woman, and I think Brother Phil covered it too on one of those channels. She says that, yeah, they need to step up. She is one of them, and they need to step up. And I've seen, like CNN, they've talked to, they've gone to India and talked to some people, and they're like, she's our favorite daughter and that kind of stuff. So they're starting to, but they don't have a claim, you know, a staking claim in her like black people are. So absolutely. Odd Negroes, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Fishing with Rick, how are you? It says, dang it, my comments. See if there's a lot of comments they skip up. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, well, let's see. He says, I hope she sings a nasty song like you crazy. Lady Marmalade, I love that song, by the way. Talk about Patti LaBelle. STW Media, how you doing? Says, I believe Tom Joyner is a Q. If he's not, he's Sigma. Okay, so, but he's up in there somewhere, right? Bad Times, how you doing? Sister Shirley says, a lot of baby boomers are in the last quarter of their life, so why would they care? Anita, how you doing? Long time no see. Thunder, you say, question, has anyone else noticed the price of MREs and freeze-dried foods? This is ridiculous. It's like they're trying to make it harder to stock up on supplies. I don't even know where you could go buy any of that, but I'll take your word for it. Judge says, I like Patti LaBelle's sweet potato pies. I've never had one. Those are the ones that were fighting over in Walmart, right? Maximus says, because it's the brown it's the bag for them. They need to say nothing. Feed Ferguson, how you doing? Says Black First. What's up, Demetra and Donovan? Everything and nothing all at the same time. Thunder said that Houston is under heat advisory. Yes, it is so freaking hot. I haven't been outside all day long.
Yeah, and have you guys noticed? Remember, the Indian people, they believe in the caste system. So the darker your skin, the lower on the pole you are. So I would imagine a lot of support doesn't come from the fact, and they're very religious and into what they believe. A lot of them don't support her because she does have some melanin in her skin. So remember, Indian people are very, how would you say it? They're racist within their culture. But I think it's outside the culture too. So anyway.
Yeah, so I just know that when I say we, Black people are really, staking a claim to her. Yeah, you say Roland is a Q also. Yeah, he doesn't. We've seen him stomping around, barking a few times. I've seen him twerking too, and I don't really even know what that is about. Like he was literally twerking. It's like, okay. Let's see here. I'm at the bottom, and this is really cool. Funkerson says the price of a case of MREs at the base near me is about $150. I don't even know if I want to eat one of those, but I guess I will.
You will when there's no electricity and there's no thing to keep your food. You want something that is just, you could just leave it out and have something to eat. Trust me. You when I was in the desert, yeah, as long as I had some food, I was good to go. Freeze dried, I'd do any day.
Jay says, if what Donovan is saying about the caste system is true, then why do I hear Black folks calling us the most colors? Well, what it is over in those countries, they are unapologetic about being colors. The caste system is known. The lighter you are, the better off you are, the more revered you are. The darker you are, then, you go kick rocks, right? But we have it over here. It was prevalent back in like my grandma's days, even my mom's days. If you Black, get back, brown, brown stick around. If you yellow, you mellow. If you light, you all right. Something like that. Some silly saying that they had. So it's not even legal over here, right? But in other countries and other spaces, it's legal to discriminate against people because of the hue of their skin. So, but we still have it. Let's see. Swedish house boss, how you doing? It says Kamala 2024. You know what that is? You're right. Marcus, he says, depend on the province of India. They are dealing with the caste system and colors. JB1, did I say hello to you? How you doing? It says stock up as much as you can. Yeah, Brother Rich, she said, bro. I saw that somebody said he was alpha. He says AKA. I don't think he's AKA. Y'all wild. Easy says Greek fraternities, sororities, and civil rights movement started separation by class. Oh yeah, they operate from that today, right? They think they are the optimal Black people. You crazy, Brother Reggie. Talk about ski weed, Roland Martin. Residual income online business. Marky Hamilton, how you doing? Says hi. Question: what's the attendance at the DNC last night? It was a lot of people. I saw a lot of people. I saw people posting that it wasn't that many people there, but you got to remember when it first started, yeah, people probably still trickling in. And who was speaking? I know that for Donovan telling me Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, kicked it off. So, probably from that point, there was a lot of people trickling in. But when I saw it, when Hillary and everybody else was speaking, I saw a full house. But then again, I don't know. I wasn't there. But and then Thunder, you asked about were they doing deletion of baby clinics right there? No, I don't. From what I understand, they had Planned Parenthood or stuff like that.
Yeah, it was an information booth. It was an information booth type thing.
Yeah, nothing like
they weren't sitting there doing mass operations and deletions.
Right, like, do you want one? Come on down. And then you can go in there and cheer on Kamala. South Carolina Brett, how you doing? Says Kamala Harris and Nikki come from two Indian sects of caste system. Makes sense. And Thunder says, didn't back in the day being part of a group like the Star of the Shriners was a good thing. It was prestigious back then. Some of them actually did good work and helped the community. When I hear the Shriners, I hear something like the Flintstones. But yeah,
Yeah, remember you had your little Pooh-Bah hat and everything, the Shriners.
Yeah. Maximus says they are not Indian, they are Hindu from Hindustan. He says that was what the place was called up until 1947 when CC sailed Christopher Columbus in 1492. It was Hindustan. Well, come on with the knowledge.
Yeah, come on with the knowledge. But in the modern day, the country's known as India. So I'm just letting you.
Yes, Sister B says Mindy Kaling and her anti-black brother are very dark top. Cass Brahmin says Kamala stated the other half of her looked like them.
Right, exactly. She's not a black woman. She is Indian.
Odd Negro says Indians have a long history of looking down on darker skin. Kamala Harris' family is pretty light skinned. So, yeah, I would say her mom seemed like she was, but then I don't know. Ricky. Hey, he says, hey, D. He says, hey, Don. I can tell you one thing. This election cycle is definitely obviously showing everybody who's who the woke are and who those people are. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very telling. And it's funny because both sides of the aisle are pointing at each other. No, you're the cool. No, you're the cool. So I was like, it's silly season.
MAGA red, MAGA blue. People actually don't think there's no such thing as MAGA blue. When you are talking about vote blue no matter who, that's MAGA. That means no matter what the facts are, you are just straight Democrat. What makes Democrats any different than the crazy MAGA Republicans? Nothing.
Yeah, JJ, I heard that AKs were very color conscious regarding who could join in. Not even if the Black Greeks fraternities and sororities, just Black society in general were like that. You know, throughout the United States, they had their own little societies. If you were too dark, then you were not, you could not be with them, their kids, or anything. And they made the conscious effort to exclude darker skinned people. They felt like darker skinned people, Black people, were bad people, and they didn't want to mingle with them. Now, this is, you know, like the after slavery, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, Black people thought like that, and some of them still do.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. If you look at the AKA pictures, most of the pictures, especially the official pictures, the light-skinned women are always in the middle. Just go look at an AKA picture of a group picture. The light-skinned women are usually in the middle, and the Black ones are on the outside.
And the setup shop, it says Trump actually had a Latino speaking Spanish at his rally, and the cringe look on the MAGA minions. Trump is too much an established anti-immigrant, and it's too late. I mean, I guess, is he anti-immigrant or is he anti-illegal immigration? See, it's all how you frame it, because from that, the Democrats are very pro illegal immigration, obviously, right? A different view. How you doing? Long time no see. Panther Strike, how you doing? He says, family, I didn't watch the DNC crowd convention, but I did ask those who watched what policies were discussed. They all said none. Nope, it was all just a feel-good, fest. And I guess they're going to have that more tonight. Let's see who else came on here. Let's see. Easy. You say special guest tonight is Stop It. Sexy Red featuring Sukahana with that good. Now, Sexy Red is actually Team Trump, so I don't think she's going to show up.
Let me ask you this in regards to Kamala Harris. You saw the interview between her and her running mate. Do you actually believe that her mother loved Aretha Franklin so much in an Indian? I want you guys to picture this. A woman who is traditionally born and raised an Indian, not Kamala, her mother. She was an avid Aretha Franklin fan. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it. That kind of stuff doesn't strike me as odd. I believe that she was. I mean, anything about Aretha Franklin, she worked, she had a lot of fans from all over the world. So Aretha Franklin having an Indian fan, that's not surprising at all. So no, I wouldn't raise my eyebrow about that. When I watched that interview, the thing that did raise my eyebrow is when she was talking about tacos with Tim Walz, and he says he just put pepper on it like a white guy tacos, and she says, so you don't put any flavoring on it? And I'm like, now we know we call it seasoning. We don't call it flavoring. It's seasoning. So a different view says, why do people think she's Black anyway? Well, because she says that she is. She looked like a light skin, like she could be a light skinned Black woman,
Yeah, she says she is when she's running for election, but when she became a senator, she said that she was Indian. When she was interviewed as a senator, she never once mentioned the fact that she was a Black woman. Never once. Only when she runs for election. If you look at magazine articles, Google it. You guys got smartphones. Never once in any article does she mention the fact that she's a Black woman.
All right, now, but I know she references it in her book, and she does now. Sister Brother Eddie says facts. Y'all saw School Days repeatedly. It's one of my favorite movies. Even though Spike Lee has kind of disappointed me in the last couple of years, he's very left. Sister B says, when you said Flintstones, I saw water buffalo hats and lodge. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, really? Did I say hello to you? Says Hindu religion worship many deities. What do Christians think about that and these policies that don't align with the teachings of the Most High? Well, our ancestors in Africa, some of us who have ancestry, DNA in Africa, they worship deities as well, and ancestors. Let's see here. Joanne says, yes, weak blacks had their own caste system trying to be saved by the white man's color, which do absolutely nothing for you before the Most High. Let's see. Sugar Unique MJ, how you doing? Says, if you can't let go of a girlfriend, boyfriend you once loved, surely you can let go of the Democrats you who never loved you. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Avenged Ancestors, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Yes, indeed. Thunder says, I remember Kamala didn't wear shoes for years, and the other person that didn't wear shoes their entire career until they got older was Jimmy Soulfly. Those were great days. A lot of good memories. You talking about a wrestler now? You tripping? I'm like, Kamala was walking around with no shoes on. CJ says some Latinos align with him though. Okay. QT Gaming Family, how you doing? Long time no see. Says doesn't mean anything to me that she was a fan of Aretha though. Also, we don't wash greens in bathtub. Yeah, that's I don't know about that. Jay Bags, how you doing? Says she does, and she has a natural black scent. So it wasn't until she told us about her Indian heritage that we began to question her. Well, in California, that's how they listed her as Asian American Indian. I never saw it being a black woman until she started to run for president. So I don't know if that's just something they just forgot. I don't know. Jay Sims, did I say hello to you? How you doing? Says that neck and them jaws. You know what? Says she ain't. Y'all better be nice. Fishy and Ricky says she's not a real Negro, but she plays one on TV. Crazy. Bobby says Bill Clinton like Aretha Franklin. Yeah, so that's not a red flag for me. Y'all saying she not black though. Like I said, I just choose not to argue about that because there's other things we should. Al says the Obamas are supposed to speak on why she is the best candidate. Well, about time somebody's gonna do it. But can he speak on why he was the best candidate? Because he damn sure wasn't. When I say he, I mean Obama. All right. Brian, how you doing? Says Roland Martin is alpha. Yeah. Nah, I can't even keep up, right? All I know is ski wee and because that's what I hear the most, right? All right, so let's see who else came on here. Okay. Lady Lemire, how you doing? Says my grandmother was an Eastern Star. They do work in the community. Yes, I've heard of the Eastern Stars. Al says, what's your favorite Patty song? If only you knew how much I do. That's my favorite one.
Mine is If You Ask Me To. James Bond. That was an unofficial James Bond song.
You know what? I like that song too because it reminds me when I was in beauty school, cosmetology school, and they used to play it in the cosmetology school all the time. It would come on the radio over and over and over again. So it kind of grew on me. But yeah, I think that was probably my favorite one. And On My Own is good. And yeah.
Yo, Mister, How's Your Daughter? Written by Prince. Yo, Mister, how's your daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy one. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Judge says mixed people need their own designation to keep the confusion down. I see you was doing all right, D. We all mixed. If you really want to know the truth, if you are a descendant of slavery, you are probably mixed. Okay, you are probably mixed because Massa was probably creeping, or his wife, because she did that too, creeping and got pregnant or got somebody pregnant in your lineage. So we're all mixed, I would imagine, Here's
the thing for me, Demetra, and I want you guys in the comments to let me know if you guys kind of understand this. Okay, she could call her. So I agree with you. If you identify with whatever, we will go with that. But Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, all these people, D.L. Hughley. Oh, she black because she went to a HBCU. She did this because she does, she adopted black culture. So basically, if you guys went to my Facebook page this morning, I put up a picture of a white chick who is an AKA. So by that definition, she's a black girl.
Oh, that's Suzanne Malvo. She's not white. She's black.
Right, but my point was there are white women that
Louisiana.
Yeah. But my point of that was there are white women that pledge these sororities at these HBCUs. So by their definition, they're black.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that, and I meant to respond to, but yeah, Suzanne Malvo is black. Yeah, she's black. Diane says the illegal immigrants are here to keep blacks at the bottom. They were put in our neighborhoods. Yeah, that was not an accident. You better believe it. Yeah, somebody said that this is a nasty pro-Trump channel. Go cry to your mama, not us. QT says, I don't worry about the relationship of others with their gods. He says, I'm only worried about me and him and teaching my children so they make the right decisions for them. Yeah, that's an excellent way to go about life. Let's see. No reparation of vote. She says 20 acres and a mule. That explains it for me. DJ X1, how you doing? Says her mother is East Indian and her father is half East Indian and half Irish. She has no black in her. Her father was born in Jamaica, but not a Jamaican. Got you. Laura, how you doing? It says, check out the book Cast, the original of our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson. Okay. I honestly have not read in a long time, and I kind of feel bad, but then I kind of don't because I read a lot. So I'm taking a break, I guess, accidentally. Maximus says, all this talk about if she is not black or not, what are the issues? See, that's what I care about. What are her issues, Because we know that black people, if she was black, there's a lot of black people that's gone to office that has hurt black people. Barack Obama is one of them. He did not do a damn thing for black people, not one specifically for black people, not one. And they want to give Kamala a chance to do even less than that.
And she already told you she's not going to do nothing. So I'll give her that. She told us straight out, I'm not doing nothing for you. So I can respect that. But when people ask me, what does she stand for, what her policies are, I would love to tell you because nobody knows.
Yeah. And Brother Reggie, I did see that. Michael Eric Dyson and Keith Boykin going nuts because somebody mispronounced Kamala's name, a white woman. Those fools was acting up. It's quite embarrassing, if you ask me, to see these black men acting that way. Very sassy. Brother Reggie, he said better sing. Being Forever 2009, how you doing? Says, I watch Greens in the Sink with the smoked ham hocks while the smoked ham hocks are cooking, the big pot and the green seasoning, black pepper and salt is boiling with the smoked meat. Jiffy cornbread is in the oven. All right now. Sounds like you know what you're doing. Brother Samuel, how you doing? Hope you're doing. Yeah, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's a good rendition by her. Very good rendition. Patty gonna do the most always and forever, and that doesn't bother me. I like Patti LaBelle. But yeah, I like that rendition because she really gonna go there.
You know what rendition I like that's really good? It kind of reminds me of One Flew Over the Rainbow was Home from The Wiz, but I like Stephanie Mills' version.
Yes, Stephanie
I like Stephanie Mills' version of it versus Diana Ross's.
Yep. Uncle G, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Y'all know I could sing, right? I haven't sang in a long time. I've sang my whole life. I'd love to just do it again for fun, but I've sang my whole life in choir from elementary, junior high, high school. I have a letter in choir, and I did so in the church, quite obviously, and a little bit in college. I didn't stick around long enough then to stay in the choir.
Yeah. I want you guys to know, Demetra, she sang an awesome Barry White verses. She was awesome in the bass. It's category.
I can sing bass. My voice has dropped. I'm an alto naturally. I can do soprano, but alto natural, probably more so bass now because I'm older.
Yeah, I'm a tenor. I'm a natural tenor.
DJ says Patti LaBelle is your favorite all-time female artist. Okay, No Patti LaBelle slander here. I mean, she's gonna be there tonight. I'm quite sure doing the most.
How come nobody's talking about Regina Bell anymore? Regina Bell sang with the Manhattans.
I love
mean,
Regina
talented.
Bell. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Make it like it was. Yes, indeed. I said, "Stirred Up" is your favorite Patti LaBelle song. How does that go? I'm bad with titles. How does that one go? Yashawn, how you doing? Says that's not true. He says you're black. Okay. Pamela says, can someone show me one time where Kamala says she was black? She's saying it now, but back then, not so much. I mean, Brooklyn Bandit, how you doing? Says, remember when Kamala and her non-melanated husband made a happy Kwanzaa video? What a joke.
Yeah. We're supposed to believe her when she was young, her Indian family sat around and celebrated Kwanzaa when Kwanzaa wasn't even a thing when she was the age she was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that. I don't. Yeah, she did. She doesn't. I don't celebrate Kwanzaa either. So
yeah, I just find it hard to believe a red dot Indian family is celebrating black traditional things. I know she's a politician. She's going to say what she's got to say, but just logic dictates that it isn't true.
Well, I mean, it's not unusual for people who are not black to do black things. I mean, she grew up and was born in Oakland. I was born in Berkeley, but we lived in Oakland. And during that time, I was born in 71. She's 65 or so, give or take. So during that time,
she's 60, isn't she? Yeah.
She'll be 60. If I
don't she'll be 60. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's born in Oakland, Berkeley, very black back then, the Black Panthers and all that. So that stuff that's not a red flag to me that she would be celebrating Kwanzaa or any of that stuff. I'm sure she grew up around a lot of black people and that is what they were doing. But I'm like, and somebody told me to tweet Trump. I may do it. How is it?
I'm not saying it's not, but the thing is, when you look at her mannerisms as an adult, she doesn't hang around black people. She doesn't, you don't see the black. I'm not saying you have to, but what I'm saying is, the only time she emphasizes her blackness is when she's trying to fail upwards, I mean,
I don't know. I get it. I'm not arguing with you on that. She does hang around black people, her brother-in-law. And I only reason why I know this, y'all, is because I'm one of those people. I try to get a little background on people. Her brother-in-law is black, who's married to her sister, and he's heavily involved in her campaign as her sister. So she does know a lot of black people. A woman that she says was like a mother to her. She sees her as a mom. She's black, so she does hang around black people. So I don't want to put that out there like she doesn't know black people. She does. It's provable. You know what I'm saying? But we know that Kamala wasn't necessarily. It was Indian, Asian American. That's what it was, or however you want to say it. Dorothea, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Doretha, rather, how you doing? Let's see who else came on here. We got a couple of minutes before we get out of here. Who wants to come up here? I saw Shiloh, but I didn't see Shiloh anymore. Go Feisty says, is Beyonce black? Yeah, she got a black mama and daddy. Yeah, she black. Panther Strike says no vote 2024, couch 2024. Yeah, a lot of people are just saying they're going to sit it out. O'Reilly says why I brought up a religion is because that's the reason why you see all these wayward policies being pushed on adults and children. Got you. Edward Jones, how are you? Hope you're doing well. CJ says facts, no substantial conversation about political governance on these black radio shows. Sad. Nah, they just don't. Thunder says, Aretha Franklin, ever-changing times, also not my cup of tea, but that AKA lady you posted had a nice figure. I can't lie with that red and white look like a Coke bottle. I'm trying to think what AKA lady that was. Lena says, as a black woman, she is so disrespectful calling herself black. I can't do that. Got you. Joanne says, because black men love, are we going off that way, huh? Becky, which is the sin of Judah. Oh, how do we even get on that one? JJ, he says, Michael Jackson just looking for a job. Kamala wins, and they're not going to get no job. They just not.
Right. And I'm going to cut you off, but in regards to Steve Harvey and how he's doing all this, and these comedians that are controlling this radio network, why is it that Black people, knowing the truth and seeing what these people are doing, are still supporting them?
Yeah, Mike, did I say hello to you, Mike Lewis? She says Kamala kind of reminds me of Vanessa Williams in appearance. I guess I could see that, but listen, one thing we will never do is slander Vanessa Williams. I love, 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 love Vanessa Williams. She's probably one of my favorite singers. My favorite song by her is Darling I. One of my favorite songs in the world. So yes.
You got the look, baby.
The right stuff. Brother Reggie says Anita Baker is better than Patti LaBelle. Yes, I said it. Oh yeah, listen, I love Anita Baker too. Al said, do y'all remember a One Star Search when Sam? Yep, I was thinking that Sam Harris sung Over the Rainbow to beat Bo Williams. Yep. Man, Star Search. Yeah, he is a white guy. He was saying it kind of like Patty, but that dude's range was out of this world. Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see. Seth, how you doing? He says, for what it's worth, Harris went to school K through 12 in Canada. Yeah, I heard she went to school in Canada. There's Black people in Canada. I'm not saying she's Black, but I'm saying there's Black people in Canada. Like I said, I just tried not to belabor that, because then we don't talk about things that are important. Thomas, how you doing? Says Kamala is Irish. Okay. Laura says Stephanie, I love Stephanie Mills in the stage play The Wiz, also the guy who played the lion. Yes. I actually like Stephanie Mills, Dorothy, better than Diana. They said that when Diana Ross was playing it, they felt like she was too old, but she did it anyway. But yeah, Stephanie Mills is just a great singer, an awesome singer. Celia, actually, how you doing? Says Jersey City is here. Black first, yes indeed. Y'all just saying Kamala, all kind of stuff. P Funkers, they talking about Kamala is Taiwanese. Nora says watching the DNC convention is like watching a Looney Tunes cartoon. Kamala playing Daffy Duck. She was up there busted up. I'm watching it just obviously because that's what I do. So I try to watch it. I did fall asleep on it last night, and I watched it on fast forward this morning. It was just they were just doing a lot of name calling. Raymond, how you doing? Says she was born in 1964. Okay, so yeah, she'll be 60. Pamela says, and Patti LaBelle need to go sit down and stop performing for them devils. Yeah, Patti LaBelle, she's 80. She's like 80 now, I think. Star Child, how you doing? Says she was raised in Canada from K to 12, but they were saying she went to school in Oakland last night. So that's why I said I'm not familiar of the Canada thing. Not saying she didn't go to school in Canada, but they were saying that she was in school in Oakland because they told the story about how somebody was being bullied and all that other stuff. So
that was an outright lie, because her mother got a job in Canada and separated from the father when Kamala was like 3 or 4 years old. They had gone to Canada by then. She stayed there up until she went to college. It's just outright lies. I mean, you can look this stuff up. I mean, it's just outright lies.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not here to defend Kamala, but I just want to make sure we're not misrepresenting either. So I cannot speak to that because I truly don't know. That's the point that I'm making.
But what's crazy is you have this ambiguous person that things just don't add up, but they add up. It's like she has. It's just okay, a weird thing.
I get it, but I think what I'm really trying to say is, if that lady says she Black, then whatever. But my thing is, what is her policies? Because it's great. You're saying you're Black, but as I was getting ready to say, somebody told me I should tweet Trump and tell him during your debate, ask Kamala, you as a Black woman, so you say, don't have any policies or any plans for your people, Black people, but I, a white/orange man, has a Black plan for Black Americans. Why don't you have a plan for your people and I do? See, that's what I care about. If Kamala is really Miss Piggy underneath that skin, is she going to do something specifically for us? Because see, when we get into all that, it takes us away from the larger issue of what is that heifer gonna do for Black people? Where she went to school, what color she really is, and all that other stuff. Now I have my theories. I just try not to really go there because I don't know. Doretha, she says she worked at McDonald's while she was in college, so I guess that makes her kind of Black. You crazy? Yeah, that was my first job too, McDonald's. All right, Alonzo, how you doing? He says evening all, and you say hello to everybody. He says I was running down the going to an event, but somebody said Demetri was putting up on a concert. Nah, he said, so I'm here for the show. Let's go. Demetri below, no, I'm far from that. King David, how you doing? Says so for her to say she's not doing anything particularly for Black people. So the question Steve should ask her, what are you going to do that does not hurt Black people even less than Joe Biden has? Nah, he ain't going to ask her that. That's not a lob. It's not a softball question. More threads. How you doing? Welcome. He says, hey, Demetri and Donovan, I lost track of time and never got a notification. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the notifications. See a lot of people saying they don't get notifications, and I'm sorry for that. Easy says, Kamala don't eat no collard greens. She meant cauliflower. You crazy. Mr. Saadiq, he says, Blackness has been a great service to her. I guess you can call that being close to Blackness. Got you.
And the thing about the thing, this is another reason why we try to encourage people to download and become a member of the African Diaspora News Channel app, because that way it's our platform. We control it. We can talk the way we want to talk. We can do what we want to do. But what they're doing on another person's platform, and the Democratic Party has been caught several times, faking headlines and all this other stuff, putting it online and stuff. And it would not be far fathomed that they are stopping any type of conversations in regards to the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris. So again, if you guys are interested, please download and become a member and subscribe to the African Diaspora News Channel.
Yep, I see y'all like Vanessa Williams too. Pamela says she's talking about first-time buyers. Illegals will be considered first-time home buyers. Wake up. Yeah, but they know a lot of people won't even look past, the fine print, if you will. Alonzo says, Donovan, people are afraid of power. They didn't want to leave the plantation. Got to have Massa make all the decisions. Yep. Mikey says, Anita, Patty styles are so different. Their voices are too different for me to compare. Anita's comparisons are Tony Braxton's, Phyllis Hyman, etc. Got you. Ricky says, I really can't connect the equation. Black people lived through the first Trump administration is not ancient history, right? Says we know what life was like in those 4 years. We have been living through the Biden-Harris administration for 4 years. I don't understand why this math is so hard for people. There should be no way that there is a battle here. You're right. You're absolutely right. But see, Ricky, you're very, 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 like your thought process is eons. It's just great. You know what I mean? Again, I think that's what I'm trying to say. And you're right. It's not ancient history. But we're acting like all of a sudden it's finna really be something crazy going on. And it might. I don't know.
That's a sister. She needs protection. Ricky, you need to get with everybody else and protect this sister. Protect her. Identity politics. Very sad.
Right. Reality says if she don't look like you, she ain't Black on a call. Okay. Kendrick, how you doing? Says this $25,000 down payment on homes are designed. Got first-time home buyers of immigrant lineage. Oh, yeah, they definitely going to be up in there. And the setup shop, he says, it's not that she's Black or not if she's being disingenuous about who she is. That's questioning her integrity. But how do we prove she's not? How do we get her to finally say, okay, y'all got me? She not. So it's like we just, yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, you are. No, you're not. No, don't say it, Demetri. Don't.
All we got to do is have her take the DNA test. That'll answer the whole thing. DNA doesn't lie. Oh, that's right. She fabricates evidence when she was a prosecutor, so she'll never take that test.
She may never do that. All right, so we're about to get out of here, but let me get these last comments. Rodney says, I don't know if it's off topic. Donovan's baby super mayor is about to do another episode of Dysfunctional Government live on YouTube. If it's so you talk about Tiffany Henyard. She showed up back to the dais, huh? And Andre, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says at this point, Tina Marie is more Black first than Kamala Harris. There'll be no Tina Marie slander either.
That's right. Tina Marie is a Black woman. I don't care what y'all say. That is a Black woman. She just has to happen to have albino skin. That's all.
I believe that. I believe that Tina Marie is more black than Kamala on any given day of the week. Okay. Call me crazy if you like. Chet, how you doing? Says we grew up on Stephanie Mills. Today is you crazy. Glorilla. Glorilla, Sexy Red Lotto, Ice Spice. Oh my God. So Seth said her yearbook is online. Okay. Okay. That really messed me up. Sister B says Kamala Harris went to school in Canada from age 6 to 7. They changed it to age 12 to try to give her legitimacy. Kamala actually went to French-speaking junior high and high school in Canada. Okay, got you. Got you. All right. Let's see. Residual income online business. Marky Hamilton says, question, who is winning in the polls? Well, you know, depending on who you believe.
Trump by a landslide. Sorry.
That they say that, then they say Kamala is inching up. But I do know, I understand that Kamala has 77% of the black vote and Trump has 13%. Now they're trying to make that a flex. That ain't no flex. Kamala needs far more than 77%. And Trump getting 13% of the black vote, that's actually huge. Because it's not election day yet. He could still get more. But the thing is, we'll know when election is over, right? Who got what? But 77% of the black vote, because they're trying to spin this like, oh, it reminds us of the Obama years. Now, Obama had eventually 96, 98% of the black vote. She's got 77. That tells us that black people really ain't all that enthused with her like they were with Obama.
Right. And if you guys notice, when she gave out her economic plan, there was nobody in the room. The only people there were the people that were staged behind her. There was nobody in the room. If you saw her interview, as she interviewed herself, she's talking to 10,000, 15,000 people at concerts. That's not true. That is not Obama-esque. I remember when Obama was talking, remember he would fill the Coliseum in LA. You just see it. But with her, she's going into rooms that are almost empty.
I'll take your word for it. My mama said, how you doing? Since she lived in Canada in the Mount Castle community, a high middle class community from K through 12. She graduated in Canada from high school. She was here in the U.S. for summers and spent time in Jamaica too. Okay, got you. Y'all putting it together. Like I said, I don't have any knowledge of it at all. But I'll take y'all word for it. Only in America. How you doing? It says Black Verse, Sister Black Verse. Yep. All day, every day. Our Negro says if she's Indian and Irish Indian, so what does that mean for Black America? Y'all asking some very great questions. Christopher says, United States of the world, welcome to the world. New World Order, their plan is coming together. Yikes.
And I just want to add this real quick. You guys, please register to vote. We're not telling you who to vote for. We're not even telling you have to vote. But we need you guys to register to vote so that when they go back after this election and see the numbers and they see what they're going to need to do and how much of people sat at home like they did in Louisiana when Louisiana had a chance to elect its first Black governor since the Civil War, they saw that a significant amount of Black people sat on the couch. So it's very important to register to vote, even if you're not going to vote or you're going to vote different than Democrat or whatever. Even if you do vote Democrat, register to vote.
Yep. DJ Brad, how you doing? Christina Christ, how you doing? He says, you guys are the best. And are you the best? You the best. But thank you. Sugar Unique, he says, right. Where are the artists now? They're just entertainers of BS. Yeah. Tyrese was on the Breakfast Club. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but he actually spoke to that. It was a really good interview. He dropped a lot of wisdom and knowledge on that. I will tell you that. Y'all should check that out. JBWR, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Brother Red, it depends on which poll you're watching because, you know, statistically speaking, I mean, we will never know until the day after election when all the votes are counted who actually did what. Because remember, all the white women was with Hillary and majority of them got with Trump. So Lover 604 says people sick of Trump. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. A lot of people sick of Trump. You'll get no argument out of me with that. Let's see. Great the Nate, how you doing? Says Steve Harvey, the same rack that stabbed Bernie Mac in the back. Really? Yep, that's the same dude. Miss Sweet says 77% of the black vote isn't enough to win. No, but they trying to spin it like it is. Thunder says, do you think Trump will bring back the platinum plan? If so, he just might get my vote. I saw it on his website the last time I looked, so doesn't sound like it truly went away. But yeah, I would straight up ask her that during the debate. Do tell why you ain't got one for your people since you so damn black, you know? All right, let me skip down because gotta go easy. Says D. Mayor Brandon said he haven't forgot about black. Yeah, right. He haven't forgot about Black Chicago.
Yeah, I want you guys to think about this. This man sold his soul and his political career for illegals that can't do jack for him. He's done. He's done in Chicago. His political career is over. Unless the DNC gives him some kind of job, he's done.
Kendra, that's a good point. It says, again, in Louisiana, we have Bobby Jindal for the governor, an Indian like Kamala. Trust me, we don't want it. He was a Republican, if I'm not mistaken, right? Big time Republican. The judge says some people just like to argue, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Oh, so you're talking to Kendrick, okay? Got you, JB1. He says $25,000 for first generation and $10,000 first time. So you say immigrants can get $25,000, everyone else get $10,000. Yeah, nah. We need what they get. And Joanne says, Kamala, Tina Marie, to you, is she talking square biz? Deal with it. Clever. The old guy said, I'm sorry, Brandon is a liar, and Chicago is upset people are leaving, living in the streets. Yeah, no, he's just trying, because he knows he gonna have to be reelected soon. So of course he gonna get back in the ear of black people. But them Chicagoans are pissed. They say they flipping it red. So Thunder says, have you noticed that certain sporting goods are in low supply? I haven't been to sporting goods store lately, but I'll take your word for it. And I guess I know where you're going with that. Yeah, I saw that. Star Child says, Tyrese says he wishes he was Latina. I'm done. Old boy will never support his films again. He should have Latinos go see his movies. Yeah, I'm one of those people that can kind of spit the bones, separate the bones of the meat, spit out the bones, chew the meat. Tyrese, yeah, I didn't like that either. But some of the stuff he was saying on the Breakfast Club interview was very enlightening. Very enlightening.
Yeah, but I don't want you guys to forget the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room that directly affects black people. At the end of the day, I don't care who you're talking to. Any Democrat you talk to, you have them explain to you how illegal immigration doesn't affect you as a black person. If we're at the bottom, that's the elephant in the room. How can they explain opening the borders with 13 million people in less than 4 years? And we don't even know who some of those people are, military-aged people that are now banging out in New York and in Chicago, taking over our neighborhoods. Have them explain that to you, because that is the biggest threat to us directly, is this illegal immigration.
Right. Jessica, I got you. Says, hey, Dimitri and Donovan. Dimitri, check your email so you can be updated on what's happening with Black Chicago. You know what? I was looking for videos or anything, because you guys are being completely silenced in the media. And I know y'all out there, boots on the ground. Y'all are being completely silenced. So I was looking for like some footage or something. I don't want to say silence, I'm talking about the protests, because they keep talking about, pro-Palestine protesters and, women's rights and things like that. But I'm like, well, I know God doggone well there's some Black Americans out there turning up, but nobody's talking about it. Now, admittedly, I didn't go because I just didn't want to deal with all of the, the nonsense that was going on out there. But I know that somebody got the boots on the ground. We know somebody like Roland is there, but he ain't going to be talking to y'all. So, yeah, I'm going to open that email and see what you got going on so we can continue to bring awareness to it. Meshka, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And Zudi, how you doing? I hope I said that right. It says, why when folks say Trump name, they have to say they don't support him? We don't have to. Like I said, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. If ever is a time I want to vote for Trump, I will let y'all know. I'm just not sure that I want to do that. I'm not in love with the things that Trump does either. Not in love with the things that Kamala stands for. So I'm like a lot of y'all. The couches might be looking good. I don't know. I haven't decided really.
Yeah, for me, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm voting for him. Why? It's a punitive action against the Democratic Party. So that's the only reason I'm voting for. I can care less what he stands for, whatever. You call me MAGA. I don't care what you got to say. I'm voting Trump because I do know he's going to close that damn border. And that is the direct threat to me and my people is that border.
Yep. So there you go. Donovan has a reason to vote for Trump. And even if you didn't, that's your right. It's democracy, right? So Janice, how you doing? Says, exactly. It's replying to Thunder. Pamela says, y'all ski girl is over the border and she doesn't even mention it. She's running country line around the country line, not paying attention to the criminals. Yeah, that's her piece of work. Alonzo says, how about the Venezuelan gang that took over the apartment complex of Colorado gangster extorting the tenants? Yeah, I'm actually going to do a story on that, but that's happening everywhere, but they're not telling those stories. So
yeah. I mean, when a person says, when I get in there day one, who's already in office, and they talk about what they're going to change and what they're going to do different, that tells you they failed, that they're the problem. You're gonna put the person that causing the problem to fix it. I don't think so. If you had a mechanic and he messed up your car engine, do you go to that same mechanic and say, hey, I need you to fix it again? No, you're going to take it to another mechanic.
All right. Great. Danae said, just like the NOI was created by the Caucasian, it's a lie. Says to siphon support from Marcus Garvey's UNIA. I don't think it's a secret that a lot of Black organizations got the blueprint, the idea from Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was doing great and awesome things. He was up United Nation, accomplish what you will, do for self. Nation of Islam is also saying do for self, but let's be careful of the things that we say. So, and Nora says, I'm not voting. I'm voting for Trump just to piss off my relatives.
Yeah. I was about to respond to Norris too. Exactly. Look, I don't give a damn how they feel. Like I said, they're complaining about some of them that are complaining about the high food prices and stuff. This is what you voted for. This is what you wanted, and you got it, and you're complaining.
Yeah. So there you have it. Let's see. Easy says, D, where are all these so-called Black gangs that this happened to? They should shut that down instantly. Well, I don't think Black gangs are what they were in their glory, their heyday. But it sounds like maybe the Venezuelans are being allowed to do it. They knew who they was letting over here. Come on, let's keep it a buck. They knew who they was letting over here. And Black gangs go back and forth with them. Guess who's gonna have their Black ass in jail?
Demetra, I'm shocked at you. You know what has happened here in LA and what they did here in LA. You guys, if you guys want to know what is going on with these migrants and stuff, this is the blueprint. LA is the blueprint of what happened. They let the violence go on. They do this, and eventually, like Black neighborhoods, people start leaving because of the violence and stuff. That's exactly what part of the gentrification process is. You let lawlessness hang out. You start just beating and shooting and just doing whatever in that neighborhood. And eventually people will get sick and tired enough, sell and move out. That's exactly what's going on in these countries, in these cities, Chicago, New York. Look at what happened to LA. Compton, California is basically at this point, just about all Hispanic at this point. It's the blueprint. They talked about it in Boys in the Hood. Gentrification, this is the blueprint. You put another group in there, they're going to fight it out, take over, do what they got to do, and they're going to push the Blacks right on out. And that's what's happening.
An observer says, what affects us doesn't affect him. He feels safe because of those that keep supporting him and others. I don't know if you're talking about Trump. I mean, I don't know. Thunder, I'm going to steal that. Make afros great again. I'm going to steal that. I promise you I am. Now, you can't sit with us. You cannot sit with us. Great, the Nate. One thing we don't do on this channel is we do not talk bad about the minister at all. We cannot and will not do that. So I just want to be clear about that. Trying to see K Love, how you doing? It says same as Oakland. Is that what you're saying?
The lawlessness and stuff. All the Black folks have been moved out of there because of the violence and the businesses closing down, the food deserts. gentrification and moved them out, straight out.
Yep. So anyway, we are going to get out of here. Unfortunately, I got to get ready to watch this doggone Democratic convention. It was like watching paint dry. Honestly, it was. But I'm going to get some toothpicks like Tom and Jerry and keep my eyes open. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Guess what, Donovan? Guess who's going to be joining us tomorrow?
Who is joining us tomorrow? Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
I don't know. Maybe he remembers, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. It's going to be Walter and Terrell. They're going to come on here and join us as co-host.
Yes. Speaking of my good friend Walter, how is he doing? And you guys, let me tell you guys something about my friend Walter. When you don't see Walter on the show, he's chasing money. It's all about the money with him. So he must be doing fine.
The Obamas are yeah, right. The Obamas are speaking now. I had to catch it on the replay. But yeah, so Walter will be here with brother Terrell as well. Should be very interesting. Donovan, I'm just gonna sit and moderate. Where's Walter Wednesday? We're gonna find out if he really shows up or not. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna get out of here. Brother Sam says I accidentally watched it last night. I rewatched to get the beginning to get your take. Yes, indeed. So I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm already tired. Shannon says you're trying to turn the rest of America into a food desert with the Democratic Party for the Americans to take over, and it could cause Black people from all over America from out of our home. So force them out of our home. Yeah. CJ, yeah, the guy from last time is gonna be. Hopefully, it's gonna be a different conversation. But I got y'all here in case it's not. So anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Peace.